let's bring him on properly. It is Hollywood's John Hannah, everybody.
He's been in proper films.
Did you enjoy that? Wearing flippers and standing in a paddling pool of plastic balls in your career highlight?
Isn't that amazing how no matter how silly something is, if there's a competition, you kind of get up for it, don't you?
It is. It is.
All right, it's brilliant here. Let's see a clip from you in Spartacus.
Oh, yeah, it is. I mean, it is, yeah. And right. he's a fantastic actor, you know.
Thank you.
Goes into your core.
It's a clip from Spartacus. DVD box set's available from Monday. Who are those fellas in pants that you're chatting to there?
Well, that's Gladiators, isn't it? And obviously, right in the middle there was Andy, who sadly passed away before he got a chance to come back for the second season. Although Liam's doing a great job, very difficult decision in which direction to go there, but I think Andy and his family and the fans will be glad that it's still going and coming to a climax.
And who are you? You're an evil man.
I'm the Lanista, who's the guy who... No. I'm getting heckled on telly. The Lanista who owns the Gladiators, you know, who has to do what a Lanista has to do, right?
It's full of sex and violence. Did it make you think that living in ancient Rome would be a stressful place to be?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, like, it sort of pushes the envelope a lot in terms of the violence. Not just the style of the violence, but the volume of it as much as anything. And it kind of made me think that it's probably much more like that than any sort of... You know, I mean, if you read I, Claudius, if you see what's going on there, obviously it's more graphic than any of those things.
I've read I, Claudius.
It's fantastic, yeah. But, you know, it probably was as visceral and disgusting, and life was very cheap, you know. I mean, the fact was that people who were slaves didn't actually have a life. They were a commodity. In a way, a bit like footballers are. I mean, I used, because I was the only Brit in that first season, I used a football analogy quite a lot. I'd been talking to a professor who said that Lanistas were kind of cross between a football manager and a brothel keeper. I was trying to think of the right word. Does anybody know what the right word for...
A pimp?
No, the madam kind of thing. Would you call it madam? Yeah, I'm sure there's a proper word, but there you go, that one will do. I'm sure we all understand.
So was there a transfer market in the slave trade?
Absolutely, yeah. And not only that, but the gladiators as slaves became, in the same way that the top-class athletes become, they can win every prize, and you see in the show how they live and what they get. They can have the freedom, they can live like top-class footballers do today.
You got properly injured as well, doing the
Only
show.
when I died, yeah.
That would think there are 4 series. You were killed at the end of the first series. Did you know that? Were you warned that, or did you get to the end of the script and go, oh, hang on a minute?
We kind of got the episodes one at a time, and although you know, obviously, from the facts, from history, we know a little bit about Spartacus. He's mentioned by 4 different writers. I wasn't aware necessarily what happened to my character, and at first I was kind of like, well, maybe I'll become his friend or something, run off into the mountains, and, you know, I can be in season 2, 3 and 4. But it became obvious pretty quickly through what I was doing that there wasn't really a kind of good way out.
But they loved it so much, they did a prequel. So you had to go back and be a younger version of yourself.
Yeah.
Did they give you some Botox?
I had no. As you can see, I've got quite a sort of high hairline, which I've always had, like, since I was whenever, and they just sort of got little bits to fill in, which was extraordinary. It was amazing.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Look, John, we got to question 7 before mentioning 4 weddings and a funeral. Are you impressed with that?
I hadn't really thought about it, but it was kind of a long time ago, wasn't it? So there's been a lot of water under the bridge then, but it's still something I'm very proud of, obviously.
Did you almost not take the role? You didn't want it, or you wanted to do something else?
I was kind of, you know, I was struggling a lot as an actor then. I'd been unemployed for 8 months and I needed a job. When I read the script, it was not really my kind of thing. So it wasn't that I was an actor, I needed a gig. But, you know, I kind of thought...
It's not a bad gig.
It turned out all right, actually, yeah.
Yeah, when you said you read the script and thought it's not really my kind of thing, did how it appeared in film, was it different than how it read on the script? Because obviously it's just such a brilliant... and now it's place in history.
Yeah,
rightly.
no, I mean, retrospectively, it's easy to say, well, I mean, it is a great script. It's just that it wasn't the right script for me. Thankfully, I had been unemployed for 8 months, because if I'd had other options, I might not have taken it. You know, it was as simple as that. I just thought it wasn't necessarily the kind of character that I could bring something to and contribute in a way that kind of felt on the path that I was on at the time.
Frank has now turned to acting, and he says you were in a Harvey Keitel film.
Yes, yeah, taking sides, yeah.
And you've seen this, because it's an English film, so you've seen it with French subtitles, but you've actually not seen it. You have a little speaking, because it was
I have only one sentence, and the thing is, when I saw it in France, so it was in French, and it's not my voice in French.
Right.
So it's only my voice in English.
So this has been the first time that you've seen it properly.
Yes.
John, cast your expert eye.
Oh, my God.
Over Frank's performance in the film. Taking sides, here it is.
Colonel, cette peinture n'est pas la propriété de l'Union soviétique, mais bien celle de la France.
What is he saying? Henry, what do you think? He's saying that picture is the property of France.
C'est un Braque, qui avec Picasso a été un des pionniers du cubisme.
I know who George Braque is. I know, Captain.
We can produce the provenance of his Braque. You say provenance?
Yeah, but a lot of personality and a lot of charisma, a lot of character, a lot of strength, obviously, and...
Has he got what it takes?
Yeah, sure.
Done.
Yes, Frank!
Yeah, thank you very much, John. Coming from you. But I'm in a music video in England. Ali Love is a singer. And I play in it. It's very fun. You should see it. It's on iTunes right now, and you have to see it, because they cut my hair off. I make love to a lovely Asian girl, so have a look at it.
I think for those reasons we couldn't really show any of it.
I don't know. 11 o'clock in the morning, Saturday, it's not possible?
No, but people
maybe in France.
What I love about this, because we said, look, Frank has turned into acting. Apparently you were a half-decent footballer.
Well, I kind of went the reverse way. I wanted to play football. I mean, it was all I ever did as a kid. You know, my parents, you know, tell the stories. All I wanted for Christmas was a ball, and I remember getting my first... I had these white football boots. They were George West kind of plastic football boots. And, you know, the next thing you do is you just get out and play football. I did that.
But you played at a decent level.
Pretty good, yeah, pretty good.
With Ali McCoy's?
I played for a team in Glasgow, an amateur team called Easter Craigs. And there I played with Maurice Johnson, actually. Ali was at a different school from me, but in the same area. So we played against each other fairly regularly. But fortunately, Ali was, I think he was a midfielder then, and I was an old outside right. We had a 2-3-5 formation. I don't know if they still play that anyway.
Was there any part of you that thought, I'm going to make it, I'm going to be a professional footballer?
I never ever thought of anything else. It wasn't that there was a question. Maybe it's the same for you, Frank. When you were, you know, aspiring to be a football player, you just think this is what you're going to do, and you don't really question it until in my case, it's like, all right, that didn't work out. What am I going to do now?
Say, when was the moment then that somebody said, no, son, you're not going to make it?
I mean, I don't know if there is a moment. You know, you kind of get to 16 and left school and started work, and I was still playing football then, and then I suppose you just kind of go down that slippery slope of...
Did you find girls?
Yeah.
Was that what it was?
Going out.
I can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
But would you swap all your acting success for a World Cup winner's medal? For Frank Leboeuf's World Cup winning medal?
No, I didn't. I just mouthed it. Yes.
Yes, like that.
But I mean, what a great thing to do. That, you know, that Frank has had that career, and like you say, you retire at a very early age. I mean, I know actors. I was at drama school with actors who hadn't even gone to drama school in their 40s. You know, and Frank went off and did 2 years of studying and, you know, doing theatre and getting experience. That's the right way to do it, and you're still only young, for God's sake. So it's brilliant to have had that, and who knows what the future's going to bring. I mean, that's one of the great things about being an actor. I remember saying this to, you know, everybody when after 4 weddings, it's like, you know, 1 minute you're unemployed for 8 months, and then you get a gig and you're like, I don't know, well, I need to do it anyway because I need a paycheck, and you do it, and it's like, well, actually this is a bit of fun, and then it's great, and it's a big hit, and it changes your life.
It is. It's going to happen.
You two in a movie together. Thank you
cool.
so much for coming in to see us this morning. We were very excited to meet you. John Hannah.
Brilliant.
Welcome back to Soccer AM and outside to the car park. What's your proper job?
I don't know at the moment. I'm part-time miner.
Yeah. All right, we're outside in the car park. We've got the very nervous Brentford fans, but they're nervous about later, not nervous about now, about today. So you know you've got to get your way to the Champions League. Never mind your championship. It's about getting to the Champions League this morning. You've got to do it in order, though. You've got to get from League 2 up to the Champions League. Balls in the wrong hole do not count, we all know. Lines are closed, don't text or email now, and I can tell you that last week's winner was Rangers fan Gavin Patterson. Well done, you. And now, there is a baby in there, not a football, there's a proper baby in there. You're 7.5 months pregnant?
Just over 8.
Oh, just over 8?
Oh, yeah,
okay, right. Soon. You're not kicking, are you?
I'm not here.
Right, okay, yeah, okay, good. You stay safe. Right, okay, let's have a minute on the clock. Are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines. Where's Natalie? Come on, Nat. Hey, League 2 first. Come on. Hey, that's not bad. It's nearly Natalie's go. That'll do. Natalie! Natalie Sawyer! Come on now. Oh! Stu! You've had half your time. I've got a feeling. I got a feeling. Oh, was that in? Oh, it hit Dave. That was a deflection. 3, 2, 1. Hey, Stu. Out of time. Out of time. Stu, after the whistle, out of time. Well, Brentford fans got none. Kim! Come on, Kim Mazel! Ladies and gentlemen, Kim Mazel is about to kick a football. Kim, any hole you like. Ah! Boom! So right, band, I've got Kevin first. And then, listen, go wherever you like. Kevin, Sam and Alex. Two Door Cinema Club. Alex, do that. Any hole you like. Follow that! A bloke from a band, and John Hannah did what you couldn't.
Okay.
You can take your World Cup medal
back
indoors. Jog on, Frank Leboeuf.